Hey, everybody. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. Yes, that's right. It's time for Sarcastic Distractions, the interesting podcast for interesting people, featuring, as always, the Gentleman Society of Podcasting. Myself, Harvey. My heterosexual life mate, David.
Hello.
The ever-loving AJ.
I love you.
I love you.
Forever.
And ever.
Forever and ever.
Forever and ever. Okay.
I like
quick.
hanging out with
Forever,
you.
ever.
We got to be careful. We don't want copyright issues. We don't want outcasts.
Forever, ever.
Forever, ever.
Forever, ever, ever.
Ever, ever, ever.
Ever forever?
That's the next slide. That's definitely
Petruzies?
Sure. And if you can figure it out, actually, this is actually on track for what we are talking about
Kinda.
today. One of my favorite things to talk about, one of my favorite things to do, and I think we all like to do this, but is concerts, concert experiences. And I just want to open up the floor and talk about that. Talk about experiences we've had, firsts, lasts, good, bad, everything else, and what makes a concert great. Like what are some of the shows that you wanted to see and what they why they mean a lot to you?
Yeah, I
Yeah, you got a few, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's start with first concert. Can anybody remember the first concert?
Yes.
I can remember mine.
I think
Actually,
so.
no. Apparently, I can't remember my first concert. My parents took me to, not the real Beatles, but Beatlemania.
Nice.
So it was like
nice.
a tribute
Yeah.
band doing that when I was, I think they said it was like 6 months old or something.
Those are a big thing back in the day.
So no, I don't remember my first concert. But the first
Nice.
concert I can remember was Bush.
Nice.
Yeah, that is
I
a good.
Nice.
do believe they were still. Were they,
Bush X.
no, this was their second album. I think they were touring on.
Oh, Razor Blade
Yeah.
Suitcase. Yeah, though. No,
Yeah.
they went. Yeah, they were in Bush then.
I
Yeah.
saw Veruca Salt in them.
Sick.
Nice.
And
That's a
then-
sweet lineup.
2 days later, and that was my first concert. I was 14, and then 2 days later, I came down here because I saw those guys in Winnipeg,
Okay, so you came to London.
and then I came to this area, Southern Ontario.
Okay. Because our listeners might not understand what you're talking about. Like,
I
came out
lived-
here.
I
Where?
lived way up in the northwestern of Ontario.
For a second, like in our studio? Really? That's
I
amazing.
came right here, right here. I came to your house. No, I came to Southern Ontario. Went to my first Edge Fest,
Okay.
which was at Molson Park in Barrie.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. All Canadian Edge Fests.
All Edge Fests were
Well, yeah, they're all Canadian, yeah.
I believe.
And they were only in Barrie. Did they have other ones?
No, at first,
Okay.
Edge Fest traveled.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, this was in 96.
Yep.
Something like that. It was at Molson Park. It was the first time for me seeing a lot of acts that I really enjoyed.
Nice. Who were headlining?
I don't remember who was headlining per se.
That says a lot
I
about
don't
lineup.
remember much per se.
Other than enjoying it.
Yeah. I remember Tea Party
Nice.
was on the bill.
Nice.
I don't think I Mother Earth was on that one. Maybe. I don't remember.
Oh.
I honestly
wasn't
like there was copious amounts of marijuana involved.
Sure, yeah.
And being 16. So that was what 20
4
plus years ago. Yeah. 24. I think I'm 40, right?
Yes, I think so.
Almost 41, so almost 25 years ago. Jesus Christ.
That's crazy.
Almost a quarter of a century ago. So yeah, those were my first two concert experiences that kind of got me hooked.
Nice.
And then a few Edge Fests after that. And like the next Edge Fest was the first time I saw the Foo Fighters.
Wow.
So that was a big
I totally
deal.
forgot they played
That was a big deal for me.
Edge Fest. That's really cool.
And then Edge Fest switched to Somersault.
Right.
And then that was the
Then they came to
touring.
London.
That was the touring.
Right.
Yeah, they would, London, Winnipeg.
Yep.
They did that. That's when Edge Fest stopped.
Right.
Going around the country, and they were
Gotcha.
just at Barrie Park.
Oh, okay.
Molson Park and Barrie.
Right.
And it was usually on like
Did even Molson Park
Canada
anymore?
Day
I
or
don't
something
know.
like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I remember either.
But yeah, so that's my first lump of experience. I
Nice.
definitely have more, but I would like to hear other people's first experiences.
Do you have yours?
I think mine was at the fair. And it was the Eastern Band,
Oh, Great Big Sea.
Great Big Sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we met
Yeah, we
Jonathan
shook his
Doyle.
hand. Yeah.
Yeah. Outside. Yeah.
that was. I think it was my first because I have to admit, and again, we may go into a bit of depth on this. I'm not a concert guy.
This is true.
Yeah,
Like just going to or spending the money to go to.
mostly B. I will admit
Yeah.
this, but also it's just
Because you have said if somebody gives me a concert ticket,
I'll go.
He will pretty much
Right.
always
Yep,
go.
In fact, and we'll get there. I did get a concert ticket as per my birthday, but we'll talk about this shortly.
Yes, we will talk about what you spent money on.
Right.
Oh, we talk about what I spent money on.
Well, no, for coming up. It's something that's coming up in London that you
that's
spent
fair.
money on.
I did actually spend money in
But
that case.
let's go back to your first.
But yeah, it was at the fair. A Great Big Sea. And yeah,
That would have been fun.
It was fun, but it was, Western Fairground
Yeah,
fun, right?
yeah.
It's like seeing the other Canadian band down in Victoria Park.
Oh,
You've
Oh,
talked to them.
I love those guys.
You've talked to them for their records back. in the
yeah,
day.
yeah. You're talking
Yeah.
Five Alarm Funk? No,
No.
not Five Alarm Funk.
The ones you spoke with to get permission to use one of their songs.
Oh, Bob Noxious.
Yes, Bob
And
Noxious.
yeah,
So we
yeah,
saw them.
that's
That
one
was
of them.
probably the next one in the high school years. And then
Really?
I don't think I did anything else until we did that big
The Live
super
Aid?
event, the Live Aid.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, so I
That's
don't think I
amazing.
went to any other concerts until the Live Aid, in which we sat outside and listened to some good music.
Yeah, we did that
Yeah.
for free. Kind of, sort of.
Well, yeah,
Kind of,
for
sort of.
free,
Tickets
yeah.
for free.
It was one of those great,
So
just
like Live Aid?
yeah, the one
Not
that
the
was,
80s one, the 90s one, or 2000s one.
yeah, the redo
Did they
one.
do that in Toronto?
No, Barry.
No, Barry.
That was
Mm-hmm.
We had one in Barry. Yeah,
Yeah.
we went on. So what was great about it is, we drove up together.
But was it actual Live Aid?
Yeah, it was all across the world.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
I
is
get.
Canada
I
It
see what
was,
they did.
yeah, we were the Canada one.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I see what they did.
Simultaneous in Britain, America.
I get what that's why I was questioning it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because I've been like Woodstock.
Yeah.
You know, I drove to Woodstock. You know, Woodstock.
Yeah,
Woodstock.
I've
No,
been to
fucking
Woodstock.
Woodstock and
Yeah,
half an hour away.
Woodstock.
Fuck.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, sorry. Go on.
No, but that was a good one. And it was
We'll go
good
into depth on
music,
that
all
one.
the stuff. Like, it was just a good experience.
I
That
agree.
one I give a plus on. Like,
That was a lot of fun.
yeah, it was
So
that
much
was just it.
drama before and after too, which was great.
So who played Live Aid?
Everybody.
A lot of the Canadians.
Like the Bare Naked Ladies, I would assume.
Bare Naked Ladies, Neil Young. We saw
Neil
the Hip.
wasn't at ours though, was he?
Yeah, he was.
Oh no, he was there.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
He was kind of
Sorry.
like the final act.
Yeah, he was one of the
I could
finals.
see
It was
being
hosted
there.
by Dan Aykroyd and Tom Green, which was
Oh,
hilarious.
cool.
I always remember the one act where what's her name was on the video because she was in
Oh,
Vegas.
Celine Dion.
Yeah.
Oh my God, getting booed.
Everybody boos, and Aykroyd basically flicks the switch, comes and says, "Everybody, fuck off."
Yeah, like, chill out, man. She didn't have to go on video. Fucking come on here, okay?
Yeah.
Come on. Like, it was really funny.
It
Tom
was
was
good.
trying to like stoke the crowd too. It was, it was
Oh,
great.
yeah.
It was
Yeah,
so good.
yeah, it was funny.
It was pretty fun. Yeah, and then who else was there? Oh, I will say
It was all
the
Canadian.
whole
It was
sh-
good.
no, it was all Canadian. We did see Motley Crue.
Oh, good call.
That's
Sorry.
right. And I will say this: we saw Motley Crue. I think 3-4 songs. No one other than the later acts. No one did more than 3 or 4 songs at a
Oh, yeah.
time. But Motley Crue in their set had strippers, had fireworks. I think there was a motorcycle or something.
So this is when they were kind of starting to go out.
yeah.
Right.
This was like
This
Kickstart
is-
My Heart
so
era.
No, Kickstart My Heart was like 80s, dude. 91 maybe.
I truly
look
have
that
no
up.
You can look that
idea.
up.
Whatever the
my
resurgence
question-
was.
My question is, did Vince Neil sing well? Because
I don't
have you seen
remember.
have
How
you
high
seen
were we?
videos?
I don't remember.
I
Have you
don't
seen
remember.
videos of him now?
I do not remember.
Yeah,
I have to
I
remember. I don't.
Oh,
I-
now he's terrible.
the only
you would remember.
and again, it's me being Dave. I can't think of her name off the top of my head. She started crying and she left. And she was singing really well, but apparently somebody in her family had passed away too.
Aw.
Oh, who?
Jan Arden.
Yes, it was Jan Arden,
That
yes.
would have been
Yeah,
great
yeah,
to
yeah.
like not her crying and
Situation,
breaking
yeah.
down or anything,
Mhm.
but like I've got a lot of respect for her
She
as an
it
artist.
sounded so good.
Unreal.
But she walked off. I think it was second song, and it's one of those Canadians being Canadian because no booze in that case. Everybody just kind of stood up, clapped, and shouted. You know,
So
They
they're
got
not-
it. They
yeah.
understood why.
something had
probably.
happened in her life. Yeah,
You were right. It was Kickstart My Heart was in '89, but whatever song I can't remember the name of it. Whatever was their big kind of
Saints of Los
Resurgence?
Angeles or something.
I don't know
like
what
that.
it was because they were famous enough to come to this Live Aid
Yeah.
tour, and it was whatever.
Yeah, that's
But
when
the
they
Jan
were
Arden
doing
one was nice.
the big not like a circus, but like yeah, it was almost like a burlesque show kind of
Yeah,
set piece.
yeah, like a
Like when they were
circus.
doing their own show.
I think the only thing they were missing was Tommy and his crazy drum set.
I think that was
going all
one of the
over.
first ones where they did the roller coaster drum
Right.
set thing that like went right back to the back of the arena and
Just
like came back.
Fucking nuts. Yeah, they didn't have that set
That's
there for
crazy,
that, no.
man. That's I don't know if I would be able to. I'd probably be able to do the roller coaster one, but I don't know if I'd be able to play upside down
like
he does.
No, I could
or
not.
like on a 90-degree angle
How do you train
while
like
he's
that? I don't
rotating. Like, fuck, man.
Man. So what do you do? Do you get like a little electronic kit, hop into like a zipper, and then try to fucking drum a track out? Like I don't know how you prepare
I don't
for that.
Yeah.
They tie you up against the wall and say, good luck.
Right?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
just nail all your drum kit to the wall and say, this is how we're jamming for the next 6 weeks.
Yeah.
This is it, buddy. Take it. Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't, because gravity would play a big part of it. Like you'd be fighting against.
And
Yeah.
a different method.
Because
Yeah.
you want to go this way, and you got
I know.
you got to hit that shit.
Yeah.
Right?
There's got to be tricks there that.
But
we
that's
don't
cool.
know. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
That's
Yeah.
cool. What was your?
The first concert that I vaguely remember was like my mom's favorite band, which was April Wine.
Okay.
The first concert that I remember getting excited to wanting to see, I would have been like 13, I think, 14 years old, was seeing 5440 at
Okay.
Victoria Park.
Nice.
And I was like, I think there was like Assaholic, I think was like their jam at the time, or one of the songs at the time. And I
Oh,
remember
wow.
because it
I
was
like-
like swearing,
I
I was
think
like,
I
oh,
only-
that's cool. I like that, you know?
I think I know like 2 of their songs.
Oh, Smiling Buddha Cabaret is I mean, I'm obviously biased, is a legendary album. I love it. I love everything on that album.
I never got. They were. Oh man, I'm gonna get shit on for this. There's a certain style that Canadian artists have,
Okay.
especially in the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah. They were
right?
really feeling out the sound. for sure.
I didn't get into it really.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
it was weird for me because like at the time I didn't really dig the Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah.
I can appreciate their first album now, but it's not. I don't know.
When did you first
It's not
listen
that I
to
don't
it?
think they're good artists.
It's just not
Like,
your style.
It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah. That's
like
fine.
the first Our Lady Peace record.
Yeah.
It took me quite a while to get into that.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then the
that's fine.
second one was more of a mainstream radio airplay record kind of thing,
Mhm.
right? Like it was more pop
It had the
rock,
more,
if you will.
I would say, more grungier sound.
it was
which
more
was
it was more grungy.
fitting
It
for
was
the
maybe
time.
more structured
Yeah.
Maybe a
as
little
well.
bit, yeah.
It had more of a take your songs to LA.
Yeah,
Yep.
Sound,
you're allowed to have that
right?
opinion about all Canadian bands except for one. And he's wearing the shirt.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Oh,
if
he
you
already
say- if
shot
you
on
say-
them earlier.
I was gonna say if you say Nickelback, I'm gonna light you the fuck on fire. I will light you on fire
Oh
now.
my god.
For our listeners, that'd be tragically.
But
hip.
because I was never into like the Great Big Sea thing or like so
maybe
50
you just need to expand your horizons.
so 5440 kind of had that same.
yeah. Well, I liked them
Yeah.
because
a
they
little
were different.
It could have also been maybe a little mellower than I wanted to hear at the time.
They
too.
were big on the whole kind of mellow, easy vocals over chuggy guitars and a quick beat.
Oh, see, I remember
Those are
like
big things.
the one that stands out to me is
A
Ocean
big
Pearl.
bass. Yeah, Ocean Pearl.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Careful, we
But
don't
that's still a
copyright.
little too like.
It's a groovy song, man.
16 years old or whenever it came out, I wanted to hear fucking Metallica, not fucking
Listen.
5440.
I'm grateful to have had exploratory understanding of music from a very early age. I've been listening to a lot of weird shit all the time. I was going to ask you about Gordon, the Bare Naked Ladies' first album, because how old were you when you first listened to it?
It would have been when it came out.
So in the 80s?
Yeah.
Or 91? 91.
Yeah.
So you would have been 11 years old?
About that.
You didn't get it?
It was.
I'm sincere because I ask.
I just love it. You didn't get it?
No, there's a reason why I ask it.
He didn't say he
Okay.
didn't get it. He just said he didn't like it.
So.
But he likes it now, which is why I'm trying to understand how does he like it now, but he didn't like it then.
I love how upset you're getting right now.
Well, it's a strange thing.
Growing up, I listened
got
to a
the
lot
story.
of shit too.
I know you did. I know.
But it. I don't know. It felt. At the time, it felt
Naked.
corny.
What did you say?
Oh
You
no!
feel naked.
I felt slighted.
Speaking of corny.
I will say, the first time I ever heard of the Bare Naked Ladies, I was watching Video Hits.
Okay.
Oh,
on
you're
CBC.
expecting.
And Dan Gallagher goes, next up on Video Hits, Bare Naked
Right.
Ladies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what, 11 years old? I'm like, Bare Naked Ladies on TV?
Maybe that's why
And
you
then
didn't like the
that-
album.
that
You
maybe.
feel shorted.
I
You're like,
felt slighted.
fuckers.
Like, fuck you.
There are no Bare Naked Ladies here. All a bunch of fucking fat ass, grown old men.
I don't know.
Damn
There was something about it that felt very even though I was like 11 years old or 10 years old when it came out. It's just very juvenile, very
was some
very raffy.
There was some.
Sound-
Oh, come
but
on!
wait, no, hear me out. Shut up,
Raffy.
Wow.
I love
When
how
you listen
pissed
to the
off you're
music,
getting.
it's bouncy, it's fun, it's childish, it's juvenile. If you were to sing about a fucking beluga whale over top of it, you'd have a #1 children's hit.
Okay.
The lyrics, on the other hand, weren't something that I was able to connect to at 10 years old,
Okay.
right? Like Enid. How the fuck am I going to connect to a song about a dude with and a girl or relationship when I'm 10 years old?
I don't know.
So
I
it didn't click for me.
Yeah. I
Right?
can see that. I can see it didn't click for for people. I just thought it was really fun, jazzy, poppy music. And yeah, it was adolescent.
Now, coming,
but sorry, let me just give me 2
can I
points in
finish?
here.
Can I finish?
Can I finish?
Can I
Can I
finish?
finish?
Can I finish?
If you're not done your point,
Big
but
Our nerd.
Episode is just about you two arguing about. Can
Apparently,
I
I
finish?
know, I know,
Can
yeah.
I finish now?
Don't
Am I
ask
allowed to
for
finish?
questions.
No, don't finish. Keep going.
No,
keep going.
Keep going. Sorry. Break off your point, AJ.
I forget now.
For me, it's just the music that spoke to me at the time, and I really liked it. Oh, let's go ahead then.
No, I was going to shut up and wait till you're done.
Okay. I just really did. I liked it because it was juvenile. I think the first time I saw them was on Speaker's Corner, so I had that little bit of a vibe
Oh,
there.
yeah, I forgot about that
That's how
thing.
they got
Yeah,
their fame. Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, they would sing on the Speaker's Corner.
And I remember seeing that, and I was like, "Oh, that's neat." I don't think I knew their song or anything. I was just like, I chuckled at whatever. And then when I saw that they had a band, and I saw a video, and then I had them on cassette, and I wore that tape out so freaking much that
Were
I
there
ended
like
up having to
colored
re-spool it.
cassettes too? Didn't they have like a blue, like it was like a clear cassette with a blue?
I didn't have
backing
that
in it?
one. Mine was black, from what I remember. But I could be wrong. It was a long time
Could be
ago.
thinking about the CD.
Could be, yeah. The CD definitely, because I also own that as well.
It was a ball. It was like the
rubber
rubber ball. Yeah.
the blue and white rubber.
When I
ball
got
that was
into
like-
music, playing music later on,
yeah,
and trying to play some of their songs, completely different level of respect.
yeah,
Like
they're
Brian
pretty
Wilson.
complex,
Brian Wilson is a hard song to play
Yeah.
and sing at the same time on
For sure.
with a guitar.
especially if you don't
Very
know how to play
difficult.
stand-up bass.
Yeah. If you're trying to play the fucking
Oh,
that
gotcha.
outro kind of thing on the
Yeah,
So yeah, at the time I wasn't. Yeah, Canadian music is very folky,
Can be.
and I think there's a lot of elements of that folk music thing, like a
That's a wait. That's a broad statement. Can't say all Canadian music is folky, because I'm going through lists in my head and I'm thinking of bands
lot
that are
of
definitely not.
90s Canadian music was kind of folky.
Okay.
Because yeah, you get to your Nickelbacks and whatever, and it kind of goes left from that. But I think again at the time in my musical journey, that's not where I was at.
Yeah,
I
you're
guess.
looking for the Metallicas. And,
Yeah,
the harder
Nirvana's
shit.
and whatnot,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, oh, it's cool. Awesome.
Yeah, have you guys
That's
ever
all
seen those guys live?
Metallica?
Bare Naked Ladies.
I have.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've seen them. Well, yeah, we did. They were at the Live
Yeah.
8. I've seen
Oh
them.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I've
That's how we
seen
got onto this
them
topic in the first place.
I think
3
so.
times, but only with what's his name? Stephen Page. I haven't seen him
Yeah,
without
the
yet.
new guy.
Yeah. No, there's no new guy.
Isn't there? I thought they got a new
No,
guy.
they just
I thought
dropped
they-
Stephen Page after
I thought that's
everything.
why
It's
they got
just
a new
the
guy.
4 of them now.
See, that's
yeah.
how much I know.
Yeah.
I saw them in Toronto at some like Bell
Media
appreciation, Bell Media. Well, no, it was like a Bell Media appreciation event or some shit.
Okay.
Mhm.
And my ex-wife got 2 free tickets, and it was Jay Leno and the Bare Naked Ladies.
Okay. Cool.
So Jay Leno came out and did a stand-up kind of thing,
Yeah.
That's fun.
and then
And intro them.
the Bare Naked Ladies came out and played.
I got to see Stephen Page do a duet with Bruce Cockburn. Well,
Oh, that'd be
Ed
interesting.
was playing guitar in the background doing Lovers in a Dangerous Time, which was
Oh.
fucking phenomenal.
Nice.
Phenomenal.
That would be Stephen
Really cool.
Page's voice on that would be very cool.
Yeah. I love it.
It'd be
So that's
very cool.
When I think of that, it's like, oh man, I got to experience that live. That's
Yeah, Bruce Cockburn too.
Against live, yeah. Against
That
live
is cool.
experiences. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think music has to hit you at certain levels. Like when I think of seeing Elton John, if you would have told me as a teenager, hey, we want to go see Elton John, I'd be like, fuck no. It just was not my jam.
Right?
Just was not my thing.
Yeah.
Right? But when the chance did come, say, I don't know, 8 years ago, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Okay, you did get to.
I did get a chance to see him.
That'd be wild, man. That
It was
be
a really
cool.
great experience, and kudos to my friends Nancy and Dave. They kind of made that happen. But that's just the thing. Like, I didn't appreciate it. I mean, him and I used to talk all the time about Neil Young. I used to fucking hate Neil Young.
Mm-hmm.
Hate him. And Dave's like, why? How can you hate Neil Young? Speaking of folky storytellers, right? And it wasn't until later on I grew to appreciate it. It's like, oh, now I hear what he's saying. And then when we did go see him, it instantly clicked. Like, oh yeah, no, this is the guy.
I had the opposite experience in my like for Bob Dylan. I enjoyed listening to certain Bob Dylan songs.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, there's like Rainy Day Woman and blah, 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 right? All Along the Watchtower.
Yeah.
Great songs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his voice is definitely something, and his cadence is something it's like, you know.
It's an acquired taste.
Eating, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. But then when I saw him, when they came here, when the Foo Fighters opened for him, did the acoustic, I was incredibly disappointed.
Yeah, I was there for that show.
Oh, you were, so. Yeah, we talked about it. Just
We
incredibly,
talked about it a few times.
incredibly disappointed, and it just kind of made me like.
I think it was what people
not appreciate the artist anymore.
see. That's the thing. I agree with you. It was like the Foo Fighters were the star of that show, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's the thing of all things. People went in with an expectation, and that expectation was not realized because it's fucking Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan does whatever the fuck he wants to do. Yeah. And that's what we got.
I expected some sort of chaos.
I come at it like this. I got to see Bob Dylan before I died. Before he died. Before he died. Before he died. And I also got to see him do some of the songs that I really liked. And it also forced me a reason to actually go listen to that album, because I did not listen to the album that he was promoting and playing while we were there.
Right.
So, you know, when you're hearing, you just like hearing new music.
You got a little bit of it.
Yeah. So then I went out and like, okay, I listened to his album. I was like, I had a greater appreciation for it. So, you know.
I had a similar experience, but it was a Manson concert.
Oh, yes. Tell us more.
Well, it's the one that you gave me tickets to.
Yes.
And I can't. It was a Rob Zombie.
No, Rob Zombie.
Yeah, Rob Zombie and Manson were. Was that?
Wait.
One?
We went to go see Zombie and Ozzy Osbourne.
No, but there was another one.
Yes, you and Shan went to go see Ozzy. No, you went to go see recently Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie.
Yeah, they just recently.
This was just before Manson got Me Too'd.
Yeah. So I want to say, like, I remember a Zombie because he was great. Like,
he's
Rob
fucking amazing.
Oh, it was just,
everybody all day needs to go see Rob Zombie live.
Yeah, really go see him live. Like, it's just they do a great show. It's great music. It's fun.
Yeah.
But it still feels relaxed. Like, he does a great job.
Agreed. Yeah.
The Manson, that one was. Ooh. Yeah. Wow.
when I got Shan's review, I knew it was like, oh, I'm glad I did not go to that show.
Yeah.
It was he just. It just seems like he doesn't care anymore, kind of thing.
It was a combination of didn't care, fuck y'all, I'm Manson. Like, in some ways, he may have been trying to put forward like a vibe of I'm Manson, fuck y'all, but it just came off as an old shitty man who knows he's rich and he's gonna shit wherever the fuck he wants on all the kids.
The irony of what's going on in his life now is fucking amazing.
Yeah. Like, it's just I did not enjoy.
I had a similar experience, and this I would say was probably one of my worst concert experiences, and I don't think I've had many. I could probably count on one hand.
Yeah. If it wasn't for Rob Zombie,
shitty.
that would have been one of my worst. But Rob Zombie saved
same
it.
thing happened to me.
So we're on worst concerts now? Just want to.
Yeah, sure.
Why not? Korn. I went to see Korn in Winnipeg.
Okay. I was gonna say here because I know that I saw them here in London, so I wasn't sure.
I saw them, could have been the same tour, not sure.
Were they with Nickelback?
No.
Then no.
No.
Go on. Sorry.
Was with Papa Roach and Power Man 5000.
Oh, that would be a fun freaking show. Holy jeez.
Papa Roach and Power Man fucking stole it.
I bet.
I could imagine.
Fucking
Oh my God.
stole it. It was, I think it might have been Papa Roach's first tour.
Nice.
Oh, jeez.
Like
wow,
first
wow.
big stadium opening.
Yeah, like right after Last Resort was the big hit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Power Man was riding the
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man. That is a
but
great song.
Korn
Such a good
was
song.
bad.
Like, what was bad about them?
The the sound was terrible.
So was it someone not mixing it? Was it Davis not singing? Like, what was it?
The performance seemed robotic.
Okay.
It seemed like if I were to go to the same show the next night, it would be the same
thing.
fucking
Exactly.
show. Like these.
Yeah.
And the mix was terrible for that for the venue. like Korn is known for big like boom kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
drops and like
yeah.
like bass that's like boom, 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 boom,
They're like the rappers of the rock world,
right.
Yeah.
that deep bass.
But like Fieldy hit a fucking note on the bass and literally the entire building started to vibrate
Oh, wow.
and it canceled the note.
Oh
Wow.
shit.
So all you would hear from his bass would be like, woo, woo, woo,
Oh my God.
Oh.
and then Buddy would hit the kick
Jesus.
drum and be like, and yeah,
So it sounds like in your example, it's more the audio and the routine of it. That's really
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I've seen the Foo Fighters that many times.
Yeah.
For people who don't know,
He can't remember that many.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's how many times.
12.
When do you
Plus.
move into Dave's
Yeah.
studio?
Yeah.
Just curious.
Oh.
I was just wondering when you're doing that. I figure after the 16th concert, the next 7 are free, right?
Well, yeah, it should have been, but unfortunately, COVID happened, and then
That's true.
Taylor
That's true.
passed away.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
But what was I talking about?
How many times?
Oh.
have you waited?
I have actually seen them play the same set and somewhat the same show,
Mhm.
but the performance was still different.
Okay.
Right, like the in betweens, like in between songs,
gotcha.
the banter,
Yeah.
Right.
that, the audience banter kind of thing, and it was the Korn just seemed like it was like a streamlined like. This is
Yeah.
what we're doing.
Huh.
This is what we say in between this song. This is how long we've got. You
Yeah.
know, like it just seemed way too structured.
Mm.
Whereas a Foo Fighters show was like a structured rock and roll chaos kind of
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So yeah, but no, Power Man and Papa Roach were
I could- yeah.
phenomenal. Like
Good.
Yeah.
put on a great show.
Yeah. I haven't been to many concerts, but I don't think I've ever been to a concert where I hated the entire thing.
No.
But I haven't been to many, so I'm not a good
Hated the
The only-
entire thing.
or didn't like. Maybe a better
I would
phrasing.
say for me there was one.
Oh,
Yeah.
what
What's
is
that?
it?
Would have been Matthew Goodband.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
in
That's
Winnipeg.
right. Yes.
It was boring.
Shit,
It wasn't very energetic.
Yeah.
Right, so it was just kind of like a bunch of people standing
Sitting
in a
there.
ballroom,
Oh,
just
just-
kind of looking.
Yeah. Just,
Yeah.
I
Like,
gotcha.
yeah, you're a good artist. You write some good songs, but I could have like popped in my fucking
Yeah.
CD player and experience.
Done
Had
the
a
same
better experience.
Yeah.
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 right.
With
So-
some cheaper beverages.
Some
Right.
people like that. Some people like that whole whatever. Play through your album shit. That's fine or
Hmm.
whatever. But some yeah.
So what's your worst, Harvey?
It's a toss up. It's a toss up. I would have to say, off the top of my head, Oasis or Nickelback for a portion. Oasis, because like that show came to impromptu. I didn't know we were gonna go. It was like the day of. Did you go with me for that? It was
No.
Russ and I and okay.
Not I.
I can't remember who it was. But he was like, "Hey, do you want to go? We got tickets, whatever." And we all got excited because it's fucking Oasis, right?
Right.
Like, whatever. I don't even think they played 40 minutes.
What?
I'm not kidding.
Really?
I don't think they did. I think we missed the first band, whoever. I know, so I don't even know who opened for them. I can't even comment on that. And we came in just before Oasis got in, and something happened with Noel and Liam. I don't know what.
Mm,
And it started off great. They started doing. We heard Wonderwall, or did we hear Wonderwall? Oh, maybe we didn't hear Wonderwall.
I
Championship
wonder.
went over. No, because there's a reason why. Because they didn't get to their encore. Like they stopped the
that
show
would have
fucking
been
early.
Probably an end.
And if you look
gotcha.
at the time, if you look at the history, this is pretty much right around the time they broke up.
Okay.
And it just was a shitty show because Liam and Noel left the stage and didn't come back.
Yeah.
Just didn't come back. And they're like, "What? We're going to have to get off the stage now, boy." And then they just fucking did, and that was the end of the show. I'm like, "Are you fucking serious? We paid this money. We can't. Do we get money back?"
Oh, I would
Yeah.
have been
Nothing?
mad. Yeah.
That was it. Yeah. And so that was pretty lame. I was pretty disappointed by that. And then the Nickelback was a show. I've seen Nickelback twice. Oddly enough, Korn saved one of the shows that
Oh,
Nickelback
yeah?
was on. Yeah, they were fucking awesome. They were so good. And the only thing that was good about Nickelback show that night was their pyros. They had really great pyros.
They do have.
Nickelback.
Nickelback, yeah.
They do have a very energetic stage.
They really do. And listen, we can shit on Nickelback all we want. We probably will. However, say what you will, they make a lot of money. They're like the largest selling Canadian fucking band and shit.
Yeah, they
So
make
it's
a lot of
something.
money because they figured out how to write the same song over and over and over
Yeah,
again.
that's like
and still
AC/DC.
make
Yeah,
They
exactly.
were from
We're not gonna,
AC/DC.
like, it's not my music, but I can't hate on them for that. They figured it out, right? They
But
figured
there's
it
something
out.
about AC/DC, man. when you pack it into this is rock and roll and we only know 4 chords,
Either way,
it's like
so
bordering on punk rock, right?
it was Bayfest. This was I did not like this concert at all. And I can't remember who was opening up. I think there's 4 bands, and it was my sister, my brother, and my sister, my father, and myself. We all went. And my sister, my father are shorter than I am. And we went all the way to the front of the stage for Nickelback. And I was the guy that had to kind of like protect everyone, right? Because I'm bigger. So that's fun, having just a fucking crowd of people pushing you up the front and trying to push back. We've all been there. That's a good time.
Oh yeah.
It's a good time, full time. But the worst part was Nickelback, namely Chad Kroger, okay? Because it felt like the rest of the band was doing the thing, and you get the grooves, right? That's pretty fun, But then Chad's like, it's like he's calling it in. That's fine, whatever. I don't give a fuck. But then what threw me off was when they were doing "Hero" from the Spider-Man True soundtrack, and they did an acoustic bit for it, and they're getting up on their stools, they're setting up, and then Chad's talking about the song, and then he basically says like, "Oh, I remember writing the song with that fucking
Josie Scott."
He didn't say Josie Scott.
Oh, okay.
No. He said that guy from whatever, like
Seether.
He was just being rude about it.
Being a dick about
it. Being a dick about it. And Ryan was like, "Dude, his name's Josie Scott, dick." And I was like, "Oh yeah, okay, whatever." And then they played it, and I fucking was so uninspired. Like I'm like, "Why do you fucking play it after this? Like I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like I'm not going to get into the song.
Right? Be a dick about it. Yeah,
such a dick. So it's just a really shitty experience.
I had an experience like that.
Bad taste in my mouth for the rest of the night.
With Smashing Pumpkins.
Okay,
I could imagine that.
It was an edge. It was an edge fest, and it was another lineup like Tea Party, Green Day, maybe something like that.
Okay,
I don't know. It was high. Leave me alone. Was Oasis there?
Maybe just in your dreams.
Like, that seems like an odd lineup. Seeing the Pumpkins and Oasis on the same bill would be interesting.
But anyway,
anyways,
Billy Corgan was just a dick to the audience.
Oh, was he?
Like an unbelievable fucking dick.
Why am I not surprised?
And I think it was around the Ava Door.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they were really in the fucking thick of their fame at that point.
Well, not only that, they were just about to fucking break up, were they not?
Did
they not just almost break up after that?
Yeah, I think Jimmy left the band after that.
Yeah, like shit went down after that.
Yeah.
So shit was probably going down. But he was just an unbelievable dick to the crowd. It was like, I'm never going to give this human being money ever again. I just lost respect for, again, losing respect for the artist. And then I lose respect for the music.
Okay.
I'm glad I didn't see him when you saw him there, because I saw him in the Bright No So Shiny tour.
Okay.
Fucking awesome. Great. There was like a middle part there that people were like leaving because I think the music changed in a way, but they did a great show, and Billy Corgan redeemed itself in my eyes, because him and Dave and I used to have talks about the Pumpkins back in the day, and then there was some stuff on MTV or on Much Music when he just acted like a total fucking ass hat.
That was around the melancholy.
Yeah, and Dave and I were like, all right, buddy.
Yeah.
Fuck off. We can go listen to other music. We don't need to listen to your shit. Sort of thing. So to see them do their thing, this is a couple of years ago that it was on. It was really awesome. But I mean, he's had time to grow and reflect and realize, oh shit, I got no money. So.
well, I guess that would be the thing,
That's
right?
part of the contributing factor.
Exactly.
You're being a dick, and then you have no band.
Yeah.
And then any song you write is just like a carbon copy kind of thing of something we've come to expect from Billy Corgan.
Yeah, typically.
Right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he couldn't Nickelback his way.
No.
Through
but
it.
good thing, like, for what it's worth, like, Pumpkins wrote some banger albums. Like,
I am a huge fan of Siamese Dream.
Siamese Dreams.
Melancholy and the Infinite
Gish,
Sadness was
everything.
a great record.
I don't know if they have a bad record. I don't think they do.
For me, after that's where I fell off. And personally, I'm not into the techno-y thing either.
Yes, we talked about this.
The Smashing Pumpkins don't do Nine Inch Nails well.
That's
Sorry.
true. They're not.
They just don't.
For sure.
They just don't. And I feel like that's almost what he was trying to do.
Okay.
was to emulate a Nine Inch Nails-y kind
What do you mean with the
Ava
Ava
Dor? Yeah, because it was.
He was
all
definitely on that
techno.
darker side of things. I didn't notice his Nine Inch Nails thing, but yeah, I guess it could be.
I say Nine Inch Nails because
it
of
could
that.
be. Sure.
Doom.
And when was that album?
Kind
Was
of
that
stuff.
99?
I'd say
2001?
around there. Yeah,
So
2000.
trying to think of the music scene back then, and there was a lot of that kind of.
It was a mix. Well,
But yeah, but you
Nine
you
Inch
got a
Nails
lot
was
of,
still riding the downward spiral train.
yes.
Oh, they're
6 years
still
later.
writing
By
that
that
to this
point.
They're
day.
still writing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind you, it's a nice big chain, lots of power. But anyway.
Oh,
That's
yes,
right.
yes. Excellent locomotive there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But you're absolutely right. Yeah. Still makes him lots of money.
Oh,
for
fuck
sure.
yeah, I'm
For
sure
sure.
it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd buy that record again.
I think you can buy it on vinyl for like $40.
I'd buy that
I
record
know,
on
I know,
vinyl.
I know.
I bought Pretty Hate
It's
Machine.
fucking
Might as
amazing.
well keep going.
It's so good. It's so good. Anyways, off nails. Yeah, Pumpkins. Yeah, I mean, Billy. So,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
Yeah, but maybe he's had time to reflect. And
Like I said, like his music, I love it. I get to hear a bad album by Billy Corgan, and that's saying a lot. Oh, sorry, by the Pumpkins, not by Billy Corgan. There's some stuff by Billy where I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know where that come from. But I really do like his music. But you bring a good point. He's been trying to kind of milk a certain cow for a very long time,
Yeah.
and he's trying to, can't blame the guy. I mean, he rose to that kind of 90s rock royalty really quickly.
oh yeah,
And it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
once you're at that fucking
Yeah.
pedestal, it's like you want to stay there. You know what I mean? It's like you're gonna start to.
I guess
but
it
you can't.
depends. It depends. I mean, you could go the Billy Corgan route,
Sure.
or you could go the Dave Grohl route.
Mm.
Right?
You
can,
Like,
sure.
Dave Grohl was in that same position.
But both same kind of result, or sorry, same criticism at points of their careers where it's like, oh, they're just doing the same thing, or they're just doing what they know, or whatever's safe. Both bands, I think all bands kind of get into that. Well,
It's always a fallback excuse for a band that is big and been around a while.
right. It's like, oh, they're just doing what they know. They're doing what's comfortable. They're not breaking
Mhm.
walls. But then if they break walls, it's like, oh my god, they're too outside of their fucking.
Yep.
Yeah.
The sound's
Yeah.
too different.
Too different.
Oh,
yeah.
with the
Yeah.
last two Foo Fighters records, I was like, they've lost fans.
Mhm.
For sure. They've definitely lost fans because those two records were very outside of the Foo
Yeah.
Fighters thing, right? Like, especially the last record they put out. The fucking thing was half disco,
Right.
right? Like, very,
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Like, a dance. It was a dance inspired
Mhm.
rock and roll album.
Yeah, it really
Right?
was.
The purpose to make it was Dave was saying, I want people to be dancing in their fucking kitchen
Yeah,
while listening to this record.
Yeah.
Right. So
it's cool.
Nice.
so we've gone through first experience. We've gone
Yeah.
through our cherry
worst.
popping.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We've gone through our worst.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess what's our favorite?
I do know mine.
So
Like-
many.
I'll go
I guess
first.
one of favorites because I'm probably in the same boat as Chris
Well, of
here,
course,
where
Chris.
I'm like,
I actually know my favorite. It was such a just unexpectedly great musical evening, everything about it. The Finger 11 that I won the tickets to.
Dude,
Okay.
that was such a fucking great night.
In every
Oh.
way. The sound, the experience.
Meeting them,
Got to meet them.
meeting them was
cool.
so cool, man. Like
Right on.
I've always liked Finger. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna take your spot. I don't want to take your spot.
That's
I just
fine.
want to say real quickly.
I'm glad that you enjoyed
I
it
know.
as much as I did.
I've always loved Finger 11, but like I really fell deeply in love with him after this show.
Well, no, from
yeah,
my
yeah.
perspective, when I won the tickets, like, oh, cool tickets. Hey, Chris,
Yeah.
come along. Because I always thought it was just a radio band. I heard them on FM 96,
Yeah.
and, it wasn't I didn't like them.
Right.
It was just, yeah. And then not only was it a great fucking experience, a great show, sounded perfect, they did it well, all the crazy great things, but I realized, holy fuck, I actually do like their songs. I know all these fucking songs.
Okay. It was one of those. Yeah.
A band, I was like, I kind of know a few of them, but when I actually heard them, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I do know all these fucking songs.
Yeah.
Oh man, do they still play Rainbow Butt Monkey stuff?
We did ask them that. I said, remember that? There was one song there at that time, this is a long time ago now, that they
Yeah.
were doing like one or two songs from that
Yeah.
time, but I don't think they do that
Oh
anymore.
man, I had
They've-
that fucking
I know.
album on tape.
But I remember calling them out and they're like, yeah, man, that's good time. I actually saw them at Edge Fest the year they became Finger 11.
Oh, okay.
So I had heard about Rainbow Butt Monkeys, but I didn't know their music well enough.
Mhm.
I knew first time, and that was about it. And it was cool to see them, but like that show was way better. Like,
Oh, it was just a great.
and
show.
for me, like one of my favorite times with you, and like
Oh, I just
you and
wrote
I.
down on- so, yeah,
so good.
It was
just such
it
a
was
great-
one of those wonderful things where yes, the concert was great, but it was the experience, the
Everything about it.
environment, like everything about it was just
for sure.
One thing always upset me about Finger 11. How they seem to feel the need, and this could have to do with them, or this could have to do with management or record label or whatever. But they seem to be this band that needed to shift with whatever was popular at the time, and not really have their own
sound
or their own thing, because
they had
they started off with the whole Rainbow Butt Monkeys thing, and then they transitioned to I don't even know what, and then they did the new metal thing, where there was that one video where Buddy's got the big new metal fucking goth pants, and they do this whole goth new metal, and that was a whole record or two. And then it was this whole radio friendly, with the
more in your
with the acoustic-y guitar song.
One thing.
And then there was Paralyzed.
Yeah,
stuff like that. Where it was more of a radio friendly, attainable to a more mass audience, but that was still kind of targeted, such as the new metal. It was like, it feels like they went through phases and never really became Finger 11. Maybe that last record.
Again, I can't
so.
speak to the band.
Yeah.
I miss more that concert.
But no, the experience itself.
I don't know. See, so I hear what you're saying, but I think they do have an identity, because we also saw them with I Mother Earth, and we both can deconstruct that show when we want to do that. But one thing I'll say is Finger 11 really shined in their own music at that time, and they would we did like a little pre-thing where we got to see both bands perform together.
Oh, cool.
Which was fun. Maybe the best part of the show, I think. But then you could see them trading off with each other, and you could see the distinction.
Was that when
in
Finger 11 was that the Paralyzed kind of era?
No, this was only
this
is what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. See, now after that record, I think that's what they've now defined as their sound. Whereas before it was more of like they're still searching, like, hey, this is popular, let's do this. Hey, this is popular, let's. But again, that could be them. Yeah. That could be a record label thing. If you're under contract with a record label, they get to tell you what to put out and how to be.
Yeah, the concert we saw with as the group a few years ago, that was good. But yeah, I still think the one from like the 15 years ago was amazing.
Agreed. Yeah, they were fucking on fire.
Oh yeah,
like,
that
holy
was
shit.
Just, it was that same venue, same everything. Too.
I know it was actually. It was. Yeah. But good point. Yeah. I think you're right. They maybe were finding their voice, but I think it's there, and they're a really fun band to see. If you haven't had a chance to see them, I highly recommend.
Yeah, I even enjoyed.
They're
the
not as
recent one.
gloomy as they seem.
No, but their music is fucking great live. Like,
it is.
Oh my god! And he as a singer, he's really on point.
He's a very good singer.
Very good singer.
He's an excellent singer.
Extremely good. Yeah, I really like that show a lot. What about yours?
Oh my god! I thought I was gonna have more time. I'm not gonna say a Foo Fighters.
I'm gonna say, should we take that out of the equation?
My favorite Foo Fighters show was when they played with Weezer.
Oh, nice.
That was my favorite Foo Fighters show in Detroit.
Nice.
Good times.
Because that was kind of like a crazy little experience too.
Sure,
because we ended up in maybe the wrong part of town. Maybe we saw some prostitutes. Maybe we saw a lot of drug deals going on. Maybe we saw some guy trading a VCR for crack. I don't know.
Except for that
but
last
probably.
one. You
what
can
year
see that
was
in
this?
London now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to go to Detroit for that
It
now.
wasn't like, it wasn't, yeah. Anyway, but fuck. Oh, man. Can you come back to me,
I'm going to say,
teacher?
Chris, okay, while he's thinking, what's your favorite?
I don't know if I could pick an actual favorite, but I think like I have favorites of shows I've seen, like bands
You
or
gotta
genres,
pick one.
whatever.
That's the rule.
But I will go with, I think this is my favorite concert moment like ever. I can't think of a better moment than this. Because there's so many things I think about when I like.
Okay, what's the moment?
Get a moment. It's a long story, so settle in, folks. I may have even told it once or twice, but old man Harvey's going to talk now. This was another impromptu event at our Budweiser Gardens here, and it was when I was living with Phil. Our shout out to Phil, our buddy Phil.
Mm-hmm.
And Lincoln Park was coming to town, and Coed Cambria was opening up for them, and we just gotten into Coed Cambria. Sold out show, of course. It's Lincoln fucking Park, sold out show. But him and I are thinking, well, let's try to go get tickets anyway. Yeah, right. We're broke, but we got a little bit of money, so we can scalp.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah. So as you go to an arena, you got your scalpers kind of all dotting around the building, whatever. We kind of stayed away from them. We ended up going to the little market across the street from there. We're kind of sitting down, kind of strategizing how we're going to do this, what we're going to do, yada, 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 if they're will calls or whatever, right? Some guy overhears us. He offers us tickets for a little out of our price range,
right?
Like maybe $50 or $60 more than we could really afford. We're like, thanks, man, appreciate that, but we're going to try our luck, elsewhere. So we hit up a couple of other guys and way more money than this guy was offering. And this he's selling us. He's like, oh, these seats are great. These are the best seats, whatever, da-da-da-da-da, all that nonsense. So,
so the experience had nothing to do with the concert, just you getting the tickets.
This is leading into it. This is the experience, man. This is it. Storyteller's got to start somewhere. So what is happening is we go back to the market we were at however long later. Buddy's still there. And he's like, I still got those tickets. I could sell them to you. We ended up getting them for I ended up knocking off like $30. So it was kind of like a win-win situation. We go to the show and Linkin Park is doing a 360 stage. If you don't know the 360 stage,
nice.
Google it. Yeah, it was a big thing.
Nice.
Yeah, it was awesome. But how it worked was the other bands had like a stage kind of in the front of the main audience, if you will.
Cool.
So when we get there, we're like in the side section off to the side of the stage. In fact, we can't even see the stage of where the first band is playing. It didn't really matter because they were like a little punk band. They were fine, whatever. But then when Coheed and Cambria came on, they're pretty much like parallel to us. Like we could watch their backup singers. Great show. Just awesome. Coheed and Cambria, amazing band.
When I saw them, they were great.
They're
I'm not even as into their tunes as you are.
Yeah,
you know what? I probably couldn't even name a Coheed and Cambria song. Even if I heard it, I wouldn't be able to be like, oh yeah, that's Coheed and Cambria. But their fucking set is fucking wild, man.
Wow.
Very, very good rock and roll.
I've yet to be disappointed by them for sure. They're something else. Anyways, so it was really great to see them. I just want to get to the story so we can get on to other things. Great to see them. A lot of fun. Linkin Park comes out, and the crazy fucking part is we are in the section like by ourselves. Nobody's around us. We're like right at the whatever
the boards,
the barrier,
barrier boards, whatever. Yeah, they're like 20 feet away.
Cool.
Right, they're like 20 feet away. So the whole concert, they're doing the thing. They're making eyes. We're making eyes. They're like throwing out guitar picks and broken drumsticks and all that fun shit to us. Because we're literally by ourselves. It's like it feels like it's your own personal concert, which is awesome.
Nice.
Right? So it's really fun, right? Go through the whole show. Mr. Hahn, someone threw like a Canadian flag up on stage, and they had his piano and keyboard rig came out of the stage.
Oh, cool.
And what he did was went back on the stage for their encore, and when it came back up, they draped his rig in the Canadian flag.
Right,
I was like, losing it, that's crazy. So, for anyone that doesn't know, I love Linkin Park. I've always loved Linkin Park. I never understood why they were hated back in the day. I didn't get it. I thought they were fucking the bee's knees. Still do to this day. I think they're a great band. So
I think it was the influx of new metal.
I think so. And unfortunately, they were leading that.
At the tail.
Yeah, I know.
It seemed like, because it was like, hey, Korn is the big thing. Limp Bizkit is the next big thing. Okay, Linkin Park.
It's a real shame, man, because they game changers in terms of music.
I would put them at the top of those three I just said.
And they evolved past that too. Like,
yeah. Anyway, concert.
I will go on record up into this concert. My least favorite song because of radio play was In the End, for sure. For fucking sure. I hated that song. Hated it. Because every 20 minutes you heard that song on the radio. It was like,
true.
No.
FM 96.
So I got sick of it. I loved everything else. Well, that was the last song they played for their encore. So the last song of the night. And that's all great. That's all fine. They're doing it, and it's whatever. I'm rocking out and trying to be with it. And all of a sudden, Chester comes to the front of the stage, and he decides to jump off, and he's doing the thing in front of the crowd. It's like, that's awesome, Chester's, Chester, whatever, la, la, la. And all of a sudden, we can't see him because where we are, we can't see the front of the stage because we're all on the side, right? We see the crowd from up in the rafters start to kind of swarm in on our area a bit. Like it's slowly, but you can kind of see it's happening. Like, that's interesting. And we see Chester kind of walking towards, and he's just singing and kind of doing high fives and stuff with people. And it's awesome. And then he literally walks down our side of the boards. Now everybody's flooding our section. Everyone's flooding our section. And he walks right down, makes a fucking beeline, shakes my hand, we butt heads, and we start singing the chorus of In the End together.
Nice.
And then he does the same thing with my buddy Phil. Like, And went
That's
back
cool.
and say, like, I mean, I don't know. I can't think of a better experience
That's cool.
than something like that. I think there have been better concerts in my life, but in terms of experiences,
experience.
Yeah.
that's pretty up
That's
there.
pretty fucking.
That's pretty up
That's
there.
pretty heavy.
Yeah.
I
So,
can't. I
mad respect to Linkin Park.
yeah. I can't say that for all the concerts I've been to, I've ever had an experience like that. Like, yeah, I met Foo Fighters briefly,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but it was more of just an autograph exchange.
Yeah.
Right.
So it wasn't like. Even though you're not getting something physical from what you went, no,
The
yeah.
memory.
There's
There's
Yeah.
like autograph exchange, and then what?
Yeah. Exactly.
What happened to you
Right.
like, up here, right? And
A
yeah, I don't think
handshake
I've,
and singing.
for a band that was of that popularity and that
Mhm.
echelon, no, can't
Yeah.
say that's a. I mean, I've met. I don't know if you guys have heard of Mute Math.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck yeah, those guys are
So
great.
I've seen them twice in London. First time
I've seen them once. I've seen them once. Like, where did I see them? I think it might have been.
First time I saw them was at that bar that used to be on King Street. That's just down the street and across from the Richmond.
The Wick?
No,
No, wait.
no,
King
no,
Street?
no.
Sorry, King Street. Salt
King
Lounge?
Yes.
Yeah.
First time I saw them.
That's
was at
where
the
I
Salt
saw
Lounge.
them. Yes.
I was at that show. He
Were we
fucking
friends then?
he-
No, we weren't.
He punched the fucking roof and he
Yes,
had,
yes,
like,
yes,
bloody
yes,
knuckles
yes,
and
yes,
shit.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. I remember
And the
that sound.
fucking him, I think the drummer Darren King and might have been the guitar player or something came out to the line of people because it was like the beginning of April.
Right.
And they apologized to
Yes!
every single person because we were waiting outside and it was cold.
So Canadian. So fucking
And they're from
Canadian.
New Orleans.
Oh, are they
They're not
really?
even Canadian. They're from New Orleans.
That's hilarious.
And
That's
then I
awesome.
saw them at the music hall.
Nice.
And I got to meet Darren King, and that was the last tour he did with them.
Oh, wow.
And I've always been just completely blown away by his drumming.
Yeah, he's
completely
he's
blown
phenomenal.
away. But
Nice.
they weren't at the same. They're not at the same. I would still even call them more of an
Indie rock?
indie with money,
Yeah.
right? Because they did have a contract with. They
Right.
did have a record.
They're doing
label.
okay, yeah.
But they weren't super fucking popular. They had
Right.
maybe one radio song, maybe two.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that was that. If you were a fan of those songs, you bought the record, you got into the deep cuts, that's where the world of Mute Math kind of started to open up.
For
right?
sure, yeah.
And that's where you really started to appreciate what they were. But yeah, I've never had like an experience of like
Yeah, man.
connecting with Dave Grohl or something like that.
I couldn't
right?
even.
Like,
Yeah. I don't know what to tell
that's
you.
wild.
Yeah. And it was, I guess, clearly at a time before fucking cameras were as prevalent because I don't have any photos or
Oh,
video.
yeah, you would. Yeah,
You
if this
know?
was
Well, nowadays it'd be a selfie.
It would be
Click, click,
something.
click, 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 click,
I
click,
know.
click, click, click,
Maybe
click.
that's why though too, because like Phil and I were just enjoying ourselves. Like it was just
Mhm.
a good time. Like how can you not have so
He
much
saw
fun?
you guys sitting in a spot alone. And he was like,
Yeah.
"There's the special needs section."
There's the special needs. Gonna take care.
Oh,
I'm gonna make a wish foundation for them right now.
Oh, man.
It's gonna happen. Hey, speaking of that too, what if my make a wish was to like get really high with Snoop Dogg? I feel that's a fair make a wish dream, isn't it?
yeah,
I think
yeah.
so. Right?
You
Just
know what's
get big-
funny?
But
Snoop Dogg might do it
I'm
if
sure
you
you-
actually needed
I
it.
think you might. I think you might.
But see, I'm pretty sure Make a Wish only happens up to a certain age,
Yeah, that's true too.
and I'm pretty sure you're beyond that point.
I just want to say I think that's a bit ageist. I think so.
Yeah, you know what?
A little
I'm not
bit
going to
ageist.
disagree.
People are gonna die no matter whether you're a child or ill. No, just kidding. I'm being an asshole now. Moving on.
Yeah, but to say you really want to move.
But if you don't want to be an asshole about
bit's
it, I
done.
think there is a half decent point in what you're saying. I'm not going to
I'm
lie.
sure there is. Yes. But,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So my concert, I really like that. I love getting to know and experience artists. Like Mad Moxies, you guys put on a fucking kick-ass show. Shout out to the Mad Moxies. And getting to know the inner workings of what you guys put into the show, what it takes for rehearsal and stuff, and then you get on stage, just effortless. Everyone gets up, does their thing. It's
It
like no
is.
big fucking deal.
It is a weird thing like that, dude.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. Like when we're in here just practicing or whatever, there are, obviously there are a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Or things that just don't sound right, and maybe it gives you that like, oh no, are we not gonna am I not gonna be able to pull this off on Saturday kind of thing?
Right. Yeah.
Man, as soon as those fucking amps go on at the venue, it's a completely different ball game.
I bet. Yeah.
Right? Like
Nice.
Nikki will be worried about remembering lyrics or her vocals or whatever, and
Yeah.
then it just goes off without a hitch,
Nice.
sort of thing. It's a weird It's a weird thing that happens with music.
Indeed. No,
It's like your brain works differently here
Well, you're analyzing,
than
judging,
it does
and then
there,
you're
yeah.
in an experience.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated with musicians and how they put it all together. And yeah, concerts alone. If you've ever done any booking of concerts, which I know AJ you have, I've done a little bit.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, I thought you did.
I don't do.
Oh, I thought you.
He just shows up.
All right. Okay. My bad. I
My wife
apologize.
does that shit. I just show up and
apologize.
play.
I apologize.
I ask her like every month or two. I'm like, "Am I playing this month? Where?
Yeah.
How long?
For sure.
When am I allowed outside?
how stoned can I get? When?
Good call. For sure. It's just it's miraculous, and I think concerts are fucking feats of just amazing
It's
entertainment.
because you're watching somebody do what they love to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we talked
Hopefully.
before,
Hopefully.
and we'll get to my concerts here in a minute, but like we talked before, if you're not seeing that, the entire experience suffers.
It gets
Yeah,
ruined.
it does. Yeah. Absolutely.
right? So like the Billy Corgan or the Matthew Good show, like, yeah, you could have been having an off day. Unfortunately, with this job, you got to leave the off day at the fucking side of the stage.
Yeah. As soon as
Yeah.
you're done giving the
Right.
good experience to all the people here, then you
Right.
go
And
back
I'm
to your
sure,
shit.
like,
You're there for it.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe the mental health things going on or family things or this, that, and
Yeah.
the other thing. But it's like, it's really like any other job. Leave your shit at the door.
Well,
Yeah.
technically speaking, your audience is your employer, right? They're the ones that
Yeah.
paid for you to be there. So your job is
Well,
to make
but,
sure they have a good fucking time.
My employer has to understand how I'm feeling and accept that I need some time off.
That's
so
true.
If I'm the employer, well, no, they're allowed.
Oh, yeah, they need some time off. Then they shouldn't have come to the fucking show and been dickheads.
So wait, I don't have to pay you if you're sick then, right?
Well, yeah, essentially, if we're the employer and the
I'm
band
just being a dick.
cancels, then yeah, they give us the money back. Right? We don't have to pay them.
Okay, so if
It's like
you're
I didn't
looking
have
for
to
a
pay.
job,
I
you
didn't
don't
have to
get-
pay
Yeah.
Foo Fighters for canceling their show.
It's true. That's true.
I guess if you're hourly, you don't get paid though. Actually, so I should stop with this argument.
It's true.
all right, AJ.
What are you
What's your
gonna say,
favorite?
AJ?
Come
Yeah.
on,
Favorite
I
up.
have two,
that's
I
fair.
figured.
That's good.
of course. One's I would say more of the higher echelon of band, and one would be more of an independent kind of thing.
Nice.
So the first one would be Pantera.
Nice.
Cool.
It was, I think, their last non-festival show before they broke up.
Okay.
It was in Winnipeg. All these things are in
Sick.
Winnipeg,
Apparently.
and I hate Winnipeg. Sorry, Winnipeg.
Wow. I mean, Burton Comes Canada there. That was great. Anyways, go on.
That was a good show too. I
Yeah.
saw them and Joe Cocker open for them.
Nice.
That was a good show. But yeah, Pantera. I don't know. It was just fucking good. It was no bullshit.
Right.
Like, yeah, there was some pyro and shit like that, and they had this Pantera sign behind them that like burst into flames.
Yeah.
The thing was so fucking hot, I could feel it. I was in the first row of the balcony,
Right.
like
Oh, wow.
like literally
Yeah.
like directly across from where
Nice.
they
Wow.
would be far,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
close enough to see everything without needing like
Yeah.
binoculars,
Yeah.
but far enough away that you're in seats and whatever. But I felt the heat.
No shit.
Like it was
nice.
that fucking hot.
Wow.
And just the performances, just like maybe they were about to break up, and maybe we just talked about this.
Yeah.
Maybe they weren't happy with each other.
Right.
Like I think mainly it was the singer and then everybody else in the band. It was a lot of animosity there.
Yeah.
But they still came out and gave a fucking hell of a performance.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
And they're all really talented musicians and everything. So,
Yeah, there.
yeah, I would say that was probably one of my favorite
Nice.
Sick.
concerts. And it might have been a heavy metal concert, but for me, it was mellow because I wasn't on the floor.
Right.
Right,
Ah,
I wasn't
gotcha.
having to
Yeah,
deal
yeah.
with the true metalheads.
Yeah, yeah.
right, who are in circle pit,
Right.
fucking
Yeah.
punch each other in the face,
Yeah.
you know, jump at each other, kind of stuff.
Those can be fun too.
I'm cool with an okay mosh pit, but when certain bands, I'm more of a like.
Yeah,
no,
I'll be
I'm
over
not.
there.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Like if I were to go to like a Slayer show or something like that, I would enjoy the Slayer show in the seats.
Yes.
Do you know who has you might not realize it, who has a crazy mosh pit? The Headstones.
I could see it,
Mm-hmm.
and that'd be fun. But see, that would be I think probably a different. No, really.
No, I saw always go up.
Oh wow! Because I've been in mosh pits before, like the I Mother Earth mosh pit. I saw the last the last set they did with Edwin.
Oh yeah.
At
Until
Edgefest.
recently, you mean?
Until recently. So the last in
Yeah,
like, the
before
90s.
yeah.
And yeah, that was just a jump around, have a good time.
Yeah, we're all here.
Don't slam into your friends and
if somebody falls, you circle, help.
Yeah,
person
exactly.
Up.
That's I can deal with that kind of pit.
Yeah.
Not the let's punch each other in the face and hurt our friends.
Yeah.
No, that's not fun to me.
Yeah, no, I agree. 100%.
And the second of my favorite concerts is an artist called Harry Manx. Probably, I don't know if you've heard of him. Maybe not.
Sounds familiar.
He's played here at the Aeolian Hall. He's more of a folk.
Yeah, I think I have seen him.
I believe he's Canadian, but he travels a lot. Might live in Ireland or India or something like that. Anyway.
Ireland or India.
Yeah. Well, the reason,
they're the same place.
his style of music is blues, but influenced by other cultures.
Cool.
So like he'll play blues tunes, but he'll be playing it on this guitar that has these strings that resonate when he plays the guitar that makes it sound like a sitar.
Right.
Cool.
But it's a blues
That's
song and he's
awesome.
playing like a slide guitar kind of thing.
And what's his name again? Sorry?
Harry Manx.
Harry Manx.
He did a version, one of my favorite songs ever. I don't know if you guys I've probably heard of Van Morrison. Right?
No, who's Van Morrison?
Hey, some people don't have, parents like
Brown
my
Eyed
parents
Girls?
who listen to. Have you ever heard Crazy Love?
Yes.
Harry Manx does a version of Crazy Love that will make you fucking weep. Like it's just beautiful, and it's got this Indian kind of vibe to it, like kind of like it's wild, man. He does The Thrill Is Gone by B.B. King.
Yeah. Wow.
He's done All Along the Watchtower.
Very original cover artist.
And then going past that, his original songs are just beautiful stories.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got this really kind of laid back sort of vibe
Nice.
as like a blues kind of thing. But then all of these really like Middle Eastern elements or
Blues is
African,
Irish,
yeah.
little
Things
pump
going-
piano kind of thing.
Right.
Or just so when I went to see him, it was at a hotel ballroom back where I grew up in Kenora. It was with my dad. And my dad really wanted to go see him. And I just remember it was one of those like, hey man, you want to smoke a joint and go see a show? And I was just like, yeah, whatever. Who the hell are we going to go see? Kind of things, right? He's like, oh, this guy named Harry Manx. He's kind of like a folk singer, blues singer
Yeah,
sort of
I
thing.
think. I remember you telling this story.
And,
That was good. Yeah.
Possibly, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I got nothing to do. Sure. Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
Let's get stoned and go see some music. If I like it, I like it. I don't, I don't. Whatever. It was an hour and a half out of my night, right?
Yeah.
2 hours out of my night.
I got to smell their dad. Whatever.
Um,
No big deal.
So then we get to the hotel and we're walking in this ballroom and he just started playing his first song. I'm like, oh yeah, these guys are really good. I walk in, it's one dude on a fucking chair
Yeah.
playing like a bass line, a guitar melody, and singing at the same time.
Yeah.
And like I just literally walked in, it was
man.
one of those like kind of
Wow.
experiences, right?
Shit.
And just kind of blew my head up and I was like, okay, I'm here for this. And I opened up a little more to and it was like,
Nice.
yeah, that was probably one of
Nice.
the best. Like it was just like wow, man.
Wildly
just
surprised.
like wow,
Great concert, and you got surprised by it. To
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that exactly
Yeah,
right.
that's the
So very talented artist,
Mhm.
very good music, and yeah,
be.
Yeah.
Nice.
and I was fucking high.
It's good time. Good time. Good time.
So yeah, I would have to say those two
experiences.
really stand out
For sure.
for me. Like I've seen Guess Who, I saw Joe Cocker. Yeah, like it's
Nice.
I've seen, like I've said, I could probably count. It's probably easier to tell, somebody the negative concert experiences I've had.
Yeah. Well, and I should have called it out actually because I don't know if it counts as my negative concert experience, but it's the one I'm still upset about. Chris knows. I should have seen Aerosmith live.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's
Oh.
bullshit.
Yeah.
I agree.
I know life, pain, agony. These
Yeah.
are things. I'm not blaming.
Well, the worst part is they have not done any touring since that time.
They're a couple years old though.
I know.
They're doing a Vegas residency.
Oh, are they? Let's go to Vegas, Dave.
All right.
I'm pretty sure they're doing a Vegas.
Are they
residency.
really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are.
Because maybe I'll
They're
check
doing a
that out.
Vegas residency, and they have not asked Joey Kramer to come back,
Why?
the drummer.
Yeah.
Why?
Because there was something happened a few years ago, and they told him to fucking take a hike. And he was like, okay, yeah, whatever. I guess we're just taking a break. But they haven't reconnected, and they haven't asked him back. Yeah.
That's a shame.
Actually, but if they're playing Vegas, then I might have to go check this. Yeah, see what the costs and timing, and hey, I can use that as an excuse on many levels. Yeah,
To make your way to Vegas. Yeah.
Oh, let's find out. I bet
he's
you can tell us right now. I'm gonna.
While
let
you're
me
checking
know.
that though, so if they're recent concerts, which are still slowly opening back up.
Yeah. Let's talk about those.
Yeah, well, it's not so much. So I'll jump in because it's one of those things where it's not so much the concert, and it could have been the venue, things of this nature, but I think I might be getting too old. So I've only been to 2 concerts recently. They were indoors, and they happened to be at the same location. I won't name names. And in both cases, my ears were killing me for
boy.
like 3 days.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And so I've decided that I have to now become one of those people. When it's indoors, I suspect outdoors I'll be fine, but we can talk about that in
Sure.
a few months when
Yep.
I get to enjoy Alanis Morissette and, more importantly, Aqua.
Okay, Dr. Jones.
But it's just one of those things of, I need the earplugs that I think when it's indoor concerts.
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
I'm being a musician and a drummer. I'm definitely at that point.
Yeah.
And physically, I'm at one of those like, what band is it? How good is the show probably going to be? Choosing where I either stand or sit. Like the
Okay.
Foo Fighters concert, I was going to stand,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going to try and get like this
Yeah.
this close to the
His
stage.
face is in his
Yeah.
butt. Yeah.
But if it was something that I wanted to go see, but it wasn't like top of the list or something like that, you're like, what's the best seat you can find me? 'Cause I'm gonna sit my ass down. I'm gonna watch a show.
Yeah.
And I've got like tinnitus in my right ear
Yeah.
from playing drums, from smashing on the
Right.
cymbals and shit like that.
Damn.
So
Yeah, it's just it's
Yeah.
my newism. I have to earplugs. I have to be one of those old guys.
I'm gonna test that out this weekend.
Oh,
Go to
yeah?
a concert.
When do
Yep.
you see him?
Yeah, I don't think you've heard of him,
No?
but he's an Irish artist out of Ireland.
He's an Irish artist and a bastard.
That's right. And smoke another one, Chris. So he's called Foy Vance. Is his name? It's Foy Vance. And he
I
does-
think I have a vague recollection of you bringing
I've
it.
mentioned him a few times. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
My wife Becca got me into him,
Nice.
and he's gonna be in Toronto. Gonna go see
Now,
him.
is he a loud artist? Like, is this your concern, or is it
No, he does. He's more folksy, bluesy
just...
kind
Okay,
of sound. So I don't think it'll be that
yeah,
big.
that type of sound. I think okay. Like, and it's one of those. I try not to blame the place I'm at.
Yeah.
But the last 2 times I've been there, like, it's one of those. Turn it down 2 notches. 2 fucking
Two
notches.
notches, yeah.
Like, the bands were great. I'm not
Right.
knocking the bands in both.
No,
of
they're
these
doing
things.
the things.
Yeah. Because in fact, what I saw recently, like, it was a nice, just instrumental with a rap with a guitar. Like, it was
nice.
a great sound. Like, I've Googled them since my hearing has come back, and they're great. I love it. But it's just one of those things of why does the volume have to be so high?
I went to see when I last time I saw Nine Inch Nails was in Detroit at the Fox Theater. It's a small theater, and Nine Inch Nails is not a quiet band.
Right.
They're very loud. And I think I felt a little bit what you're talking about right now.
Yeah, it's
Like,
just, I don't know.
It's getting to that point. It's like, oh, it's a little bit.
Yeah, just
It's a
come
little-
on, we're all here to have a
whatever.
good time.
Yeah.
It's allowed to be loud, but you don't have to hurt me.
yeah.
Don't pain me, sir. Don't pain
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
That was one of my favorite concerts too. Is when we went to Toronto and saw Street Sweeper Social Club
Yeah.
and Nine Inch Nails.
And unfortunately, we didn't stick around for Jane's Addiction, which is whatever. But yeah, that was a great show. That was a really great show. I really liked it a lot.
You got to see Nine Inch Nails. Shut up.
I did. But I didn't get to see
So
Jane's
is
Addiction.
Aerosmith's
I
First
mean,
time
we
Vegas?
could have
First
left for Nine Inch
First
Nails
time.
and come back for Jane's
First time.
Addiction.
Why would that be the option? Why is it? It wasn't our fault that we left for Jane's Addiction either. It was whoever our party was involved. It was their fault why we didn't stick around. So,
I think it was partly my fault.
was it? I don't think so.
Oh, I don't like Jane's Addiction.
Yeah, but you weren't like trying to
You
leave.
don't like Jane's Addiction.
No, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
It was definitely Russ.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you were giving a shit whether.
Oh
we
man,
were or
all
not.
these years I thought I was the one.
I don't think so, dude.
Who said let's go?
I
I don't
never-
like
I
this
never
shit.
had
I'm
animosity.
driving, fuck you. Let's go.
No, I never had animosity towards you. I definitely had animosity towards Russ.
Oh well,
about it.
there you go.
So unless my fucking memory is skewed, which is definitely possible,
My
but
memory
the
could
thing
be skewed too.
that was a great show because I got to hear songs that I never thought I would get to hear, like Heresy and Man of Stole. No, didn't Man of Stole. He did another. I'm Afraid of Americans. That show. That's right.
Yes.
And that was really cool.
That is a good
And
song.
Street
That's a
Sweeper
great
was
song.
awesome.
Street Sweeper, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, they were really great. And it was a fun show. It's a great grounds, except for when you're way up in the fucking lawn. You want to be down in the pit.
Yeah, I think that would be dependent on the show. As
Sure.
well. Like I feel like great for that. I probably would have rather been down further.
Yeah.
And then for the Weird Al show that I saw there, the lawn might have been cool.
Yeah, but
Right.
yeah, for sure.
But I mean, I had pretty good seats for that.
Yeah, I saw Wiz Khalifa at that venue.
Yeah.
That was a really fun show. That was a fucking party. I mean, everyone's just getting high.
The first concert Max ever went to before he was born was a Foo Fighters show at the Molson Budweiser stage. I think they're calling it now. It used to be called the Molson Amphitheater. And opening for them was Royal Blood.
Oh, nice.
Which I'm a big fan.
Yeah, they're great band.
We got caught in traffic. So we're trying to get there. We literally walked in the venue as they played their last note.
No.
Yeah. I was
shame.
bummed. I mean, I was seeing the Foo Fighters, so how bummed could I really be?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
But I was still like, oh, man.
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
man.
But yeah, that would have been, Max would have been, Nikki would have been 8 months pregnant.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was in
wow.
July.
Wow.
Shit.
So he was hearing everything
Good
in
on
there,
her.
right?
Good on her.
Yeah, that would have been the first concert he went to, quote unquote.
Hilarious. That's
And then
good.
he's been to many a daddy's concerts.
Yeah.
Oh,
since
yes.
then.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he loves it. He loves going to shows and
Cool.
hearing music. And I mean, when he was just a little guy, it'd be hard to keep him off the stage sometimes.
Yeah.
Like if he comes to a show and Nikki and I are playing, somebody has to watch him. Like obviously somebody has to watch him.
Yeah, but actually
somebody
hold
actually
him.
has to like
Yeah.
wrangle him,
Yeah.
Right.
because he will try and get on the stage with us.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and it was we played. It was in Elmer. A couple buddies of ours, a band that we know, put on a food bank fest kind of thing,
Cool.
where they raise money and food
Yeah.
and stuff for the food bank, and they get a bunch of bands they know to come out and play at the little amphitheater thing they have in the. I think it's the Kinsman Park or something like that.
Sure.
And yeah, so Nikki and I and our buddy Mark were playing a show, just an acoustic set kind
Yeah.
of thing. And yeah, no, Max would not be on the stage.
Just
Like,
give him
he
like
was-
a change hat.
Oh, dude, no, we just let him come up on stage
Oh,
because
to
there was no
yeah.
drummer. There was enough room. It wasn't
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah, but it's safe.
Nobody was jumping like
Yeah.
You've seen Nikki
Oh,
perform
yeah,
with the
yeah.
Moxies,
For
and
sure.
she
Yeah.
flips her hair around, and you've seen her do.
Yeah,
Jumps around, and
Should
there's
be,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
But no,
I'd
this-
be afraid to go to the stage.
I know.
Not because she's, it's just that hair.
The hair.
There's a lot going on. A lot going on.
But yeah,
For
he
sure.
just sat on the stage behind us,
Nice.
kind of chilled out,
Nice.
checked out the drum kit,
Yeah.
Nice.
stuff like that. It was cute,
Yeah,
That's adorable.
especially at a
but it's
fundraiser
safe for
kind of
that
thing
type
like
of
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
everybody else thought it was the cutest thing in the world too,
Aw.
right? So
Oh,
yeah,
so Max,
so those
I'm
are.
telling you.
I'd say those are his. concert
Use your kid to get you
experiences.
some money. That's all I'm saying, man.
Well,
You
not
know?
them money. It's to help.
Yeah, to help get you money.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Internet money, right?
Yeah, internet money.
TikTok money.
Gotta get that money.
Gotta get the TikTok money.
That's right. That's right. That's fun. That's fun that you bring. I mean, it makes sense that your kid be into music, you being that his parents are. As
Yeah.
Well, right? So
I mean, this was.
You gotta be careful though. Just because your parents do or don't do something doesn't mean you
This
do,
is true.
don't or do.
this is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, yeah.
I am the
Yeah.
opposite of everything my parents have done.
Exactly.
That's a
You gotta
good
be
point.
careful.
No,
That's a good
Max is definitely.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I'm not trying to knock that he isn't. It's just one of those things. Yeah.
point. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
I'd never force him or be
Yeah.
like, hey, play music. Hey, play. Well, I mean, with Max, we don't know what the future holds, right? Like,
Yeah, no.
what
Oh, yeah.
is he going to be capable of doing
Yes.
Sure.
because of his autism?
Yes.
What's he not like? In 5 years, he could unlock that vault and
Yeah.
come sit down at my drum set, and I just quit.
Yeah.
Like he's 25,000 times better
Yeah.
than I am.
Possible,
He's
yeah.
fucking like Neil Peart times 10. Who knows,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Autism's a weird fucking
That it is.
Yeah.
thing to
Mhm.
I don't
Process.
know. It's to process as somebody who doesn't have it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is, but it's
Mhm.
wild, man.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But yeah, because he's great at he could be an engineer. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's one of those dudes wants to figure out how it works.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Figures
yeah.
out how it works.
Yeah.
Makes it work.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
It's good.
perfect.
But yeah, he's had a few good concert experiences.
Good.
I think
Fantastic.
he's fallen asleep at some, and he doesn't wear the ear muffies or anything like that. Doesn't
Mm.
like that. Like this was his room every Thursday night for
Yeah. for a while.
God knows how long until he started chewing on shit.
AJ's pointing at our studio area that we record out of. Just so you
Yeah,
know,
the control room, which is
Control room.
separated from the studio floor,
Right.
which is a little more noise dampened.
Yeah.
dampened.
So yeah, he'd fall asleep in his freaking playpen,
Nice.
like right in the middle of the room here, and then. But yeah, then he
Nice.
started like chewing on earphone cords and stuff
Mhm.
like that. I was like,
Yeah. No.
"Sorry, bud, you're
Yeah.
getting into too many things. You can't."
Yeah. I started poking around, playing,
Yeah.
peeking.
Yeah.
And like he'll come out to the floor and he'll start like trying to poke people's pedals and like,
Yeah.
we're playing a song or something like that. He'll just come up and be like,
How does this work?
Yeah, exactly, right? so.
Nice.
But yeah,
Cool.
I don't know what else can we talk about concert experience. I don't think.
Well, concerts are coming up.
What's the furthest
So-
you've gone for a concert? Specifically for a concert, what is the furthest you've traveled?
Barry. For me.
Detroit. I'm trying to think of where have I gone?
Yeah. Barry's the furthest. Yeah. I think you're gonna win on this one.
Yeah, you've
I
traveled.
was
to
gonna
see
say, I think
bands.
from a point A to a point B, yeah, the furthest
like-
I've been would have been from like Kenora.
But here's the
to
thing:
Barrie.
like I've been in the right place at the right time and have seen bands really far away. Like when I was like in LA,
right,
you know what I mean? Like so,
but no, my yeah,
But
but
you
like
didn't
just
go to
didn't go
LA.
yeah, I was like,
specifically.
you
for
bought
it,
tickets to that show knowing you would have
Yeah.
to travel.
Yeah. I mean, I was in New Orleans. Yeah, I'd probably say probably Detroit. That's off the top of my head right now.
Yeah. Mine would be Barry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Sure.
3
Yeah.
hour and a
Yeah.
half hours when
Yeah.
traffic doesn't hit you.
Yeah, because it's like it's a cost to experience ratio,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
Like when you're paying X amount for a ticket, X amount for gas, and you're probably looking at hotels. Like, oh, I mean,
Well,
you know,
Now, you asked that question. Your research on your phone, is Aerosmith still
there
doing?
you go. Tell you, it might be Vegas.
They do have a Vegas residency at the MGM Grand.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find any just ticket prices in my brief research.
Mm-hmm.
I found packages
Okay.
where you can get tickets to the show in the lower 200 section, but you have to buy a 2-night stay and this and that.
Oh,
It's
well,
like,
I need 2 nights stay.
like starting, I think it was
He's gonna need at least one day for
I
coverage.
was saying, where's the problem? You're like,
starting at $1,170 American dollars.
And so that's for 2 tickets,
For
2 nights
Two
at a
pe-
hotel.
Yeah, so you get
I'm in.
Not
you get
horrible.
2 premium tickets.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
not-
in.
That's not your flights, but whatever.
You get expedited
Oh,
show
flights from
entry.
Detroit to Vegas?
I know. What's
They're going to pay
$100?
me.
I know.
You get VIP credentials.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm sorry.
No beverage service though.
That's fine. I'll pay.
He'll go throw some money at a fucking casino and then bring the drink in. He'll do.
2 night stay. And yeah.
Yeah, so it's funny because I am known for, and we had an episode about this, I know, about me being a bit of a cheap ass. But admittedly, I'm going to check this out because if it is, yeah, okay, even $2,000 Canadian, all costs included, not counting the gambling fund,
Yeah.
for my wife and I to go see Aerosmith live,
Dropping the bucket, right?
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. So for $2,500
American.
American,
So about
$25.90, so
I
$2,600.
always double.
You get 2 premium tickets,
Hmm.
which are in the VIP banquettes.
Ooh.
So that would be like off to the kind of
Yeah.
side, close to the stage, with person escort or escort.
Oh.
With person escort,
person.
not male, not female, but
Person.
person escort. Whatever they have for you at the time.
Depending on whom we are, they'll assign the
That's
correct
right.
escort.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Yeah. They'll take your
And then
sexual preference down in your survey.
VIP, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Um, personal concierge and dedicated check-in line at your hotel.
Ooh, nice.
In-show cocktail service,
There you go.
and you get a food and beverage credit of $250 per night.
Actually, that's not bad. Shit.
So really, you're getting that money back.
well,
some of
it's-
it anyway.
Yeah, it's
The
worth
500
You're
bucks
getting
back.
the room.
You're selling me on this,
You're probably
so,
getting the room rate back.
Yeah, and to be honest, again, and we've talked about this before, I believe. I am a cheap ass, but when I get into that experience mantra,
Right.
yeah, I'll be a little bit more freely dealy.
And correct me if I'm wrong, the conclusion we came to at the end of that episode is you kind of wish for travel and such you weren't such a cheap ass. So it
Yeah.
would make sense that you would want to do such a thing since
Yeah.
the last time it was ripped away from you.
It's true.
You know what I mean? And now it's in one of
course.
your favorite places in the
And
world.
this is an awful thing to say, so Aerosmith, please stop listening to our podcast.
Yes.
I'm gonna book this. I'm gonna get set. I'm gonna get so fucking excited. I'm gonna show up, and because of personal challenges, they can't do the show.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, like fucking Joe Perry's gonna lose an arm or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be something because it's just
Damn
But anyway, you know what? I'm gonna search this up as well, and if I can't
Nice.
find it, you're gonna get messages from me.
Nice. So there you
No,
go.
it's it was called. I will even tell you what it's called.
Thank you. I'm gonna write it down on my phone.
It was called.
Aerosmith in Vegas.
I guess I could just Google
You
Aerosmith.
could probably
yeah.
just Google.
I mean, I
figure
could
it
probably
out
just
that way.
send it to you.
So
Oh,
they're-
that works too.
Just so you know, audience, they're on their phones right now looking up concert tickets. So,
Oh no, I'm looking at porn.
oh, sorry, Dave's looking at porn. My bad. Is there at least music?
I'm
in the
looking at
porn?
Homestar Runner.
Oh, all right, then.
AerosmithLiveVegas.com.
That's a
Okay,
weird
I'll
Homestar
take a
runner.
look. Yeah, I'll Google and have some
Fine.
fun.
I would
Yeah.
probably go to like maybe the MGM Grand website
Gotcha. Yeah.
or something, because I mean there's probably gonna be a lot of people trying to rip people off too, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I'll do.
But
yeah.
what I saw, I mean, I could go through my history and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But,
I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried.
But yeah, from what I saw, it was the legit.
Yeah.
You had a choice, like when you get up into those higher packages, you had a choice between like the Bellagio, MGM Grand, and then another resort. And then as you scaled back, I think the lowest one that I told you about was just the MGM Grand.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that's close to where it is.
Oh yeah. To be
Where the
honest,
theater
the
is.
one beautiful thing about Vegas,
Doesn't
if you're
matter.
on the strip,
Yeah.
you're fine.
You'll get there, yeah.
If you're on the strip,
I used
you're good.
to go to a hotel back in the day, Hooters. I've mentioned it before. And,
Uh-huh.
loved the place, loved it.
Is it even there
Hooters.
anymore?
No, well, the building is.
Yeah,
but
yeah, but
Hooters
she's
is gone.
gone.
Hooters Hotel, what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hooters Hotel.
Yeah, they had an airline too, didn't they?
I don't know, but the
No.
hotel was great.
Yeah, they did. They had an airline, dude.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe a plane, not an airline.
They had a Hooters airline
Really? Wow.
for like
2 seconds?
yeah.
Shows what you can do with money,
From, like,
folks.
now.
See, what's funny is we joke about this. All the price that we spoke about this hotel thing, and I said how we get money back for flights. Well, no, actually, because of fuel costs and shit of this nature, no.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
That'll be what's going to stop me.
That's you're like, I can't afford the
Hey,
gas.
there's that Hard Rock Hotel going into Kellogg's.
Are we gonna actually get it?
Yeah,
All right,
it's
cool.
construction has started.
Yeah,
Apparently.
but as I don't know.
I just wanna
After
know
the
if they have
story
a
about the
restaurant.
Hard Rock Hotel in New Orleans and the fact that they left dead bodies in the rubble of its crumbling, I don't have
but
a
was
lot
that
of faith.
their fault or was it the city's fault?
I don't know.
Because I don't know. I think
Their name's on the building, man.
I think after. Yeah, but
right. I mean,
okay,
that's the,
their name's on the building, so you're well. But hold on a second though. Who engineered the building? Did the Hard Rock Hotel have it built,
I don't know.
or
I
did
don't know
they
the full
move
story.
into an existing? Because it's in New Orleans, you said, right?
Sure.
So that would be the old buildings, historical
think-
buildings and stuff like that. So did they
Maybe.
move into a historical building? It just wasn't.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know the context behind it. All I'm saying is just due to association, I'm weary. That's all I'm saying.
I've just been disappointed in the
You
food.
could say that about Germans too.
And
but
I do.
like,
And I do. And I do.
Oh, Germans. Those fucking Canadians. and
Those
how
fucking
how they treated the natives. Oh,
unbelievable.
Man.
And they didn't talk about it for
Point-
fucking decades.
Exactly.
point made. Right? So you can say that about that shit too. But
And I'm
that, and
saying
that's
about
why
it about this
but
thing.
that's why I question it.
That's what
Is
I'm
because at a certain point when a building becomes inhabitable or
Yeah.
fallen down or whatever, is it the city's responsibility to clear that debris? Or is it the business owners?
I'm sure they're
In full true honesty, it'd actually be the insurance. So you pay insurance for cover things such as this nature. So it's one from my and I don't know the full details. I assume
Sure.
they had insurance. 'Cause
Yeah, yeah.
you must. At least
you
in
couldn't
Canada.
start a project
In
without
Canada,
it.
Yeah.
you must.
And I would imagine
don't-
the
other
US too.
states are different,
Yeah.
but you must have insurance if you're a public place.
Mhm.
You're paying that high premium. If a shitty deal like this falls or happens, falls. I didn't mean to make that
Dun-dun.
joke. Then to be honest, yeah, the Hard Rock doesn't have that direct. They should be complaining and very clearly pointing out why it's not getting done in this
Right.
case, insurance company.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because that's why you pay insurance.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
We could
Yeah.
talk about the scam that insurance is later.
We could.
but-
That's a whole fucking
But anyway,
podcast series.
did you hear that they're putting in a Hard Rock Hotel at the Kellogg's Lane? And I'm hoping they have a restaurant.
They will.
And if that falls, if that implodes, I'm going to blame whoever owns Kellogg's Lane.
Okay.
I'm gonna blame the insurance
I'm
company.
going to the insurance
I'm
company
gonna
now that Dave said that.
I'm gonna blame Kellogg's
Okay.
because it's 100 Kellogg's Lane.
Right.
I'm gonna blame
It's all
Kellogg's
their fault. Yeah.
because their name is associated with
To
the
the
street
location.
that the
Yeah.
building is on.
That makes
That
perfect
Kellogg's
sense.
was
That
great
tracks.
back when they actually was the Kellogg's.
Yeah, it was good actually back in the day. Did you ever?
I got to go in it.
Me
Like
too,
it
actually,
was
yeah.
very crazy insane. I
Yes,
think we
once.
went together, didn't we?
Oh, we went
like
back
a, like
the
a
Boys and
tour,
Girls?
We did
like a
actually.
tour of the
Yeah, yeah,
factory kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
I
very
don't-
crazy.
I don't. Did I live in London when it was still operating? Yeah, I lived in London when it was still operating, but it was like at the end of it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what it
its
was at the
life
end
cycle.
because when you and I went, it was Boys and Girls Club. We would have been
Yeah, well,
14.
So you got to
15.
see like Fruit Loops and corn pops getting made and shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't
That's
sound as
pretty boss.
exciting.
It's not that exciting. It's fucking assembly
It's
line.
all machine.
Yeah.
It
It'd
had
be more
the
interesting now at 40 than it was at.
It was the boxes on the lanes, and 'cause
Yeah.
it was all mostly like it was crazy how automated. That's why you never got the things. It was nothing about the boxes. It was just because it was all automated.
Yeah.
Like,
Put
yeah.
it this way:
That's why you
the
never got-
Labatt tour was way more fun
Yeah, well,
because
so wait, you didn't even get like little tiny like
They
boxes
gave us
Yeah,
some
yeah,
cereal.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they
you know,
gave
like
us
those
cereal.
little boxes you
Yes.
got when you went camping and you had
Yes.
to cut them open.
we all got like.
I
don't know, whatever,
never put
right
milk
there.
in those things. God, no.
Yeah,
You
No, I
can
just
try.
ripped the top open. And
Yeah,
just,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool to have a Hard Rock here, but that also, I mean, it'll attract bands. Hopefully.
Hopefully,
Attract acts.
they'll have
But-
acts there.
But Hard Rock is very expensive across the board.
It is.
It's-
You're
you
absolutely.
Well,
right.
it's the
paying-
name. It's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You're paying the premiums for it. So
And I think
we're to the wise.
for me, it personally, it would depend on the Hard Rock. Like the one in Toronto was kind of meh, which isn't even there anymore.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if they have one in the Rogers Dome thingy anymore.
I don't know.
I know they used to.
Yeah.
I think for me,
no
it would
clue.
depend. Like, if I was going and they're like, yeah, they have like all the Foo Fighters instruments, I'd be like, yeah, I'll go pay $28 for a burger and check it out.
I won't. I went to the one in Niagara Falls, and they did have a bunch of Nine Inch Nails stuff in there, and I'm glad I didn't pay that bill. It was on someone else's dime because it was very, very, very expensive.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's Hard Rock and it's in Niagara Falls, so
I mean, I guess
Yeah.
it depends. You're going for an experience or not.
yeah, I guess
Right?
so. Yeah, it's true.
Like, it's like gambling.
I mean, I pay $28
You-
for a burger to like
True.
eat with like Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails.
I know.
That'd be worth
I'd
it.
pay like $600 for
You
a
know what I
burger
mean?
to eat with
But I was
fucking
like,
Trent Reznor.
just because his guitar's in the restaurant or
Here's
his
the question:
whatever.
would you
it's like,
pay
oh,
$600 to eat a veggie burger with Trent Reznor?
yeah, I would.
Yeah, maybe.
Whatever.
Maybe.
Whatever.
Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's different being a musician and having that connection with an instrument,
Maybe.
right? So
Maybe.
you're looking at the instrument, you understand the connection that instrument had to that artist when they
Yeah.
wrote that album or wrote that song
Sure.
or played that show.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. Like, there's cool things.
Yeah, no, I have the perspective of it's a tool. The artist just used the tool well.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like,
Yeah. You want my keyboard from all the programming I've done?
yeah, because like I think of,
It depends. Am I huge into like? Am I a super fucking coding nerd? Then maybe I would.
Actually, you know what? I
Right?
wonder if that's a thing.
Like, am I a huge fucking Facebook fan and Mark Zuckerberg threw out his socks? Well, then yeah, I'd pay $500 for Mark Zuckerberg's socks.
there you go. All right then.
I think we
AJ.
should end on that
I
note.
think we
AJ would
should.
pay $500.
If
I said
Zuckerberg-
if I was a Facebook nerd,
Based on this, I don't remember an if in there.
I will
But-
play it back for you.
But case in point, the value is different to everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fair.
And
That
like,
is fair.
and to the point of musicianship, when I think of like a great artist like Jimi Hendrix, watching a guitar in his hands will be far different than watching that same guitar in my hands.
Based on
Right.
so yeah,
Very
based on-
different. So, so I appreciate it. I love it.
but a different guitar in his hands might be very different too.
It would be.
We
It would
we
be.
have this discussion a lot when it comes to backline.
Yeah.
That means like the instruments and the amps and stuff that are possibly provided for you at a gig,
Mhm.
or do you provide your own backline?
Right.
So for me as a drummer, I'm more partial to playing my own drum kit
Sure.
because, well, first of all, it's like going
No,
into
that makes
it's
sense.
like going
Yeah.
into somebody's room and messing up their shit, right?
Yeah.
Like because
Yeah.
I play a specific way.
Right.
So for me to turn this here and tweak this there
Yeah.
and put that there, guy's
It's a
gonna
lot.
come back and play his set.
And-
If he's after me,
yeah.
he's gonna come back and play his set
Mhm.
and be like, "What the fuck? It's gonna take me 20 minutes to fucking do this, and I got 5 minutes to play.
Yeah.
Till I
Right.
play."
Right.
And I think the same with guitars. I think amps, it's a little different. Like for a guitar player to plug into
Yeah.
this amplifier or that amplifier,
Right.
The guitar,
but the
though.
guitar itself
Yeah.
is completely different
Oh,
because
that's
it's
fair.
set up this way. And it's funny. I get made fun of sometimes, like, just play whatever drum kit.
No.
It's like, okay, play this Hello Kitty guitar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
No. Actually, I agree. And though we
Right?
were joking about it, about the keyboards, similar thing. Like,
Mhm.
I have a certain type of keyboard that I prefer to use. Some people prefer the clicky. Some
Mhm, the
people
machine
like
boards.
the split ones.
Mhm.
Like, it's one of those. Yeah. No, that actually.
You like the ones that are like on the ball and it's on the side.
Yeah,
right?
no, I actually just like very simple IBM or Lenovo, I should call it now, keyboards.
Microsoft keyboards.
Not well. I don't mind those. Like, for some reason, I've always just liked the very simple,
Yeah.
standard keyboard.
keyboard,
Not
yeah.
loud, not crazy, not split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As one who does not work with computers as you do,
Hmm.
I would agree. I prefer those keyboards
Yeah,
as well.
I do.
There's little buttons, not many buttons.
Yeah.
Function doesn't do 17 different fucking things. It doesn't light up all fancy.
Could you imagine if there was like a Silicon Valley bar in the style of like our hotel in style of Hard Rock, where it was just
Keyboards.
it was
Or,
just
well,
nerd
stuff,
nerd
nerd stuff.
yeah nerd computer junk.
But you know what?
Bill
People
Gates'
pay.
first monitor.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? You could probably make a buck or two by setting it up in
definitely.
that
And
location.
Bet
And
you
you kn-
could.
And
Bet
you know what?
Could.
Being it a Silicon Valley themed.
Yep.
Well, who has all the money?
All the Silicon Valley.
All the Bitcoin boys
That's right,
are going to
that's
come
right.
to town, right?
So sure, you're catering to your
Silicon
market,
Valley bar and everything. We don't accept Bitcoin.
right? No cryptocurrency allowed.
You can stay here for 1 Bitcoin.
Yeah. That'd be pretty
One
funny.
Bitcoin by presenting $632 exactly in cash.
Is that how much it's worth now?
I actually don't know.
I don't know.
I am not.
Is it not like
I am not. The
What, like
Bitcoin
tens of
or
thousands
the
of
new
dollars
thing
or
where you buy a piece of art that's
Oh,
NFTs.
Thank you. I always forget the fucking thing's called. Every time I hear about this thing, my mind is just like,
Yeah.
not me.
No, I know.
Yeah, the NFT thing. I
Not
personally
me.
have a couple NFTs that I got for free.
Okay.
It was when it was on DC fucking Expo Day or whatever they
Nice.
do online there.
All right.
DC fandom,
Okay.
and they were giving away NFTs.
Nice.
So,
Oh, if I got one given to me,
Yeah.
all right, for
Sure.
the shits and giggles of
but
are
money.
we
no,
gonna
I'm
go-
not buying
I'm not
something I
gonna
go pay an
can't
auction?
physically hold.
Yeah, it's just one of those silly things. I could never buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. NFTs. Well, I'm sure musicians are going to use those too and incorporate those.
Actually,
into concerts and shit.
one of the first bands to use NFTs was Kings of Leon. Their
There you
last
go.
album they
Done.
put out
Son.
as part of it. They put out an NFT experience, right? So you got the album.
Gotta be an experience.
You got the album, but then you got like tickets to any 5 shows in the world you wanted. Like if you were in that spot and they were playing, you could just be like, "Hey, I'm fucking bought this shit," and then a whole bunch of other exclusive stuff that's only exclusive to you.
Right.
And I think part of it, it's like what Kevin Smith's doing.
Yeah.
That's what that is. It's an NFT to own the rights to Kilroy Was Here. So if you pay that $5,000 or whatever, you own the rights to that movie, and you get to show it wherever, however, and whenever you want. Right?
Okay.
You own it. So yeah,
Nice.
but I think we've been thoroughly distracted here, boys. Cause,
Yeah. Let's move on.
this has nothing to do
Get
with concerts.
Done. Folks out there, tell us what you know about NFTs because we don't know shit.
I love that we're going to end with that.
We don't know shit.
Don't
Yeah.
know nothing.
We
No.
know a lot about concerts,
but nothing about
NFTs.
NFTs. No, we don't know anything. But what are your favorite concert experiences? We want to know more about what you like. Do you like going to concerts? Do you not like going to concerts? Are you like into the acts that we are? Are there other acts that you like? I hear about all these other artists that are really awesome to check out live that I haven't seen. So please let us know your favorite experiences.
What would your dream
in
concert be?
well, that
right?
that can go into a
Not
long
you,
time.
them.
Yes, what would your dream
Them.
concert?
I'm pointing to the
Uh,
camera that we don't have here
Before
anymore.
we get into our outro, you want to plug upcoming shows for the Mad Moxies real quick?
If I knew when I was playing.
Okay, so we're gonna have a link.
He brought that up earlier.
We're gonna have a link in our description for tickets if you want to check out the Mad
We're gonna
Moxies.
have a link in the description to my wife's Facebook page, and you can.
so you can grab tickets if you want to check out the Mad Moxies.
I know we have one.
smooth AJ smooth.
I know we have one coming up in July.
Okay.
June or July.
This might be a perfect
June,
time
July,
to
August.
plug your bands.
Sometime this
Oh,
live
yeah, we got
shows.
one. We got one coming up on July 2nd in Sarnia.
Okay,
Cool.
At the Rooster.
The Rooster, right on. Right on.
And I don't see it in my calendar.
I put it in there.
But we have another one coming up at the Palisade for London Music Week.
Sick.
Nice.
Let me look here.
So what we will do is we will have a link so you can grab tickets for yourself to check them out in the London and Sarnia area.
June 22nd.
There you go, June 22nd. Even
Wednesday.
Even sooner.
At the Palisade.
There you go.
That's
So
a really fun place to go, people.
you want to check out a really fun show. The Mad Moxies throw a pretty kick-ass show on there. So please check them out. And yeah, let us know all your concert experiences. We want to know and keep the conversation going about live music now that we're getting back into the swing of it again. We're all loving it. So let us know your thoughts. If you like what we're doing here, we'll have a link to buy us a coffee. Want to throw us a buck or two? We appreciate it just to keep us going. That's awesome. If
I
not,
don't know. I just spilled all over myself.
Yes,
Apparently, I
you
have a
did.
drinking problem. I don't need no coffee.
apparently not.
Spill
So
my
if you can
bubbly
help
everywhere.
throw some money in our buy me a coffee thing so AJ can get a new shirt because he spilled stuff all over his
Buy me a shirt.
current one. If we can buy him a shirt, that'd be
I'll take
great.
Walmart shirts. That's okay.
He
I'll
doesn't-
take
yeah, he's not picky.
George
He's not
shirts is
picky,
fine.
for sure. And outside of all that, for anybody out there that might be going through mental stuff upstairs, like we all are in this crazy time, we just want you to know you matter, not just to us, but to those who are around you. It's important to talk about this stuff. So if you can't do that with anybody that's in your immediate vicinity, we're going to have some links so you can do some research and get some help in that area for yourself, because that stuff's important. And I think it might be Mental Health Awareness Month or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, links for you if you need such things. But until next time, I've been Harvey.
Dave Shergold.
I once took some weird drugs at a concert and ended up in the med tent and projectile vomited across the room. I'm AJ.
That's a true story,
Wow.
by the way. I think that's exactly what happened.
That is a
And,
true story, by the way.
The fact that AJ remembers is amazing. That's awesome. Sounds like you
nice.
should not have remembered that experience.
No,
at all.
I probably shouldn't, but I remember.
It's like think about it, scarred you for life, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, hopefully you've taught the lesson to yourself.
Apparently my heart almost exploded.
Oh my
Ooh,
God!
yeah.
Wow. Well, glad to hear it. Just like that, folks. You got yourself sarcastically distracted.
Oy vey.
Thanks so much for joining us. Have yourselves a wonderful night. Peace.
Take care. all.
Bye now.